Quercetin is considered to be the most widely distributed and extensively studied flavonoid according to a 2018 review. It's been shown in dozens of studies to have anti-carcinogenic, anti-inflammatory and antiviral activities. In fact, there isn't much that this powerful antioxidant compound can't do, especially when combined with the health benefits of bromelain, an anti-inflammatory enzyme. Quercetin is a type of flavonoid antioxidant and it's found in plants, including leafy greens, tomatoes, berries and broccoli. It's technically considered a plant pigment, which is exactly why it's found in deeply coloured, nutrient-packed fruits and vegetables. Considered one of the most abundant antioxidants in the human diet, quercetin plays an important part in fighting free radical damage, the effects of aging and inflammation, and this is according to many studies. While you can get plenty of it from eating a healthy diet, some people also take the compound in a concentrated supplement form for even stronger anti-inflammatory effects. According to the Department of Pathology and Diagnostics at the University of Verona in Italy, quercetin glycosides and other flavonoids like camphorol and myricetin are antiviral, antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory and anti-allergic agents. They have potential to be expressed positively in different cell types in both animals and humans. Flavonoid polyphenols are most beneficial for downregulating or suppressing inflammatory pathways and functions. Quercetin is considered to be the most diffused and known nature-derived flavonol, showing strong effects on immunity and inflammation caused by leukocytes and other intracellular signals. Research shows that anti-inflammatory foods containing quercetin can help to manage a number of inflammatory health problems, including heart disease and blood vessel problems, allergies, infections, chronic fatigue, and symptoms related to autoimmune disorders like arthritis. It all comes down to the high antioxidant food's ability to be a scavenger for free radicals. As a major bioflavonoid in the diet, quercetin, a type of polyphenolic antioxidant, helps to slow the aging progress because it lessens the effects of oxidative stress. Oxidative stress takes place in all of us, but it's increased by things like a poor diet, high levels of stress, a lack of sleep, and exposure to chemical toxins. Quercetin plays a role in regulating the immune system's response to outside stressors through cell signaling pathways called kinases and phosphatases, two types of enzyme and membrane proteins needed for proper cellular function. Flavonoids, also known as bioflavonoids, including quercetin, are important anti-inflammatories because they act as antioxidants. This means they literally fight the natural process of oxidation that takes place over time as we age. Quercetin can help to stop damaging particles in the body, known as free radicals, which negatively impact how the cells work, including damaging the cell membranes, changing the way the DNA works, increasing cell mutations, and causing healthy cells to die. It can also reduce the expression of inflammatory genes such as interleukin. Research now shows that inflammation is the root of most diseases, including heart disease, cancer, cognitive decline, some mental health disorders, and autoimmune disorders. Practitioners and patients report using quercetin to effectively fight conditions related to inflammation, including hardening of the arteries or atherosclerosis, high cholesterol, heart disease and circulation problems, insulin resistance and diabetes, eye-related disorders including cataracts, allergies, asthma and hay fever, stomach ulcers, cognitive impairment, gout, viral infections, inflammation of the prostate, bladder and the ovaries, chronic fatigue syndrome, cancer, chronic infections of the prostate, skin disorders including dermatitis and hives. Some consider it to be a natural antihistamine and an anti-inflammatory, possibly making it effective for lowering the effects of seasonal and food allergies, plus asthma and skin reactions. Histamines are chemicals that are released when the immune system detects an allergy or sensitivity. and they're what account for the uncomfortable symptoms that we face whenever the body has an allergic reaction. Quercetin can help to stabilize the release of histamines from certain immune cells, which result in decreased symptoms like coughs, watery eyes, runny nose, hive, swollen lips and tongue, or indigestion. It's long been used in ancient Chinese herbal formulas created to block allergies to certain foods such as peanuts. Studies conducted on mice suggest that it may be equivalent at fighting allergies to some prescription medication, with little to no side effects. Because of its ability to lower inflammation and oxidative stress, quercetin seems to be beneficial for people with heart and blood vessel related disorders, according to a number of studies. For example, eating lots of deeply coloured fruits and vegetables contain flavonoids. It's linked to a lower risk of cardiovascular disease and even death in older adults, among reducing the risk for vascular disease. It's also been connected to reduced risk for type 2 diabetes and obesity, which have many of the same risk factors as the heart disease. Studies done in animals and some human populations show that various types of flavonoids, quercetin, resveratrol, and catechins, for example, can help to reduce the risk of atherosclerosis, which is a dangerous condition caused by a plaque building up in the arteries. Cut off blood flow in the arteries is one of the primary risk factors for experiencing a heart attack or a stroke, which is why cardiac arrest is less likely among people who eat a nutrient-packed diet. Antioxidants also seem to protect the body from experiencing increases in LDL or bad cholesterol, and they can help to regulate blood pressure levels. Certain studies show that quercetin prevents damage to LDL cholesterol particles, and it seems that people who eat the most flavonoid-rich food typically have healthier and lower cholesterol levels, plus fewer incidences of hypertension and high blood pressure. Taking quercetin supplements can help to lower pain that's associated with autoimmune conditions like arthritis, as well as infections, including those of the prostate and the respiratory tract. That's because studies suggest that quercetin reduces inflammatory pain. For example, there's some evidence from several small studies that people who are experiencing bladder pain from infections, causing an urgent need to urinate, swelling, and burning, have fewer symptoms when they're taking quercetin supplements. Flavonoids are also linked to reduced symptoms of prostatitis, which is inflammation of the prostate, and rheumatoid arthritis. There's evidence that when patients with rheumatoid arthritis switch from eating a typical Western diet to one higher in antioxidant-rich foods like uncooked berries, fruits, vegetables, nuts, roots, seeds, and sprouts, that they experience less pain and reoccurring symptoms. Quercetin is added to some athletic supplements because it's believed to help to increase athletic performance and endurance, likely because of its positive effect on blood flow. Research from the School of Applied Physiology at the Georgia Institute of Technology found that on average, quercetin provides a statistically significant benefit in human endurance exercise capacity, or the VO2 max, and the endurance exercise performance. While improvements were at times small, it makes sense that antioxidants could boost physical performance, since they help to increase the health of the blood vessels, which carries oxygen and nutrients to the muscles and the joint tissue. Other studies also show that it helps to increase immune function, and it prevents susceptibility to illnesses that occur when someone trains intensively and experiences exhaustion. One study found evidence that taking 500 milligrams of quercetin twice a day helped to protect cyclists from developing exercise-induced respiratory infections following periods of heavy exercise. A Boston University School of Medicine study published in the Journal of Biology, Regulators, and Homeostatic Agents shows a link between a nutrient-dense diet rich in quercetin plus other antioxidants and a lower risk of cancer. Quercetin seems to have potent chemopreventative activity, and it might have a unique anti-proliferative effect on cancerous cells, making it an effective addition to any natural cancer treatment approach. Research shows that this can be the result of the modulation of either EGFR or estrogen receptor pathways. Recent studies have found that quercetin can help to stop the process that's involved in cell proliferation and mutation, the growth of tumours and symptoms related to typical cancer treatments such as radiation or chemotherapy. At this time, the majority of studies done on quercetin's effect on cellular function have involved animals, so more research would be needed to reveal the specific effects on human cancer cells. Capable of blocking mast cells, which are immune cells critical in triggering allergic reactions, inflammatory diseases, and autoimmune disease. Research shows that quercetin can help to protect the skin from the effects of disorders like dermatitis and photosensitivity. Flavonoids like quercetin block the release of many pro-inflammatory cytokines, such as interleukin-8 and TNF, and this helps to stop symptoms related to skin inflammation, even in people who don't find relief from other conventional treatments or prescriptions. Studies have found that this compound has antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects that help to fight allergic and inflammatory diseases, as well as some prescriptions, even when taken in an oral supplement form. For example, some people take quercetin for eczema, since it can inhibit the secretion of histamine and pro-inflammatory markers. Recent research has shown that the antioxidant has protective effects when administered to rats with ethanol-induced acute liver injury. Researchers concluded that quercetin, by multiple mechanisms of interplay, demonstrates hepatoprotective effects on liver injury induced by alcohol by increasing ethanol metabolizing enzyme activities, increasing antioxidant system activities against oxidative stress, lowering the expression of pro-inflammatory cytokines. A 2017 study found evidence indicating that quercetin attenuates liver inflammation and fibrosis in mice through inhibiting macrophage infiltration. Researchers believe that it holds promise as a potential therapeutic agent for human fibrotic liver disease, a condition that's triggered by liver injury and inflammation. There's mounting evidence showing that quercetin offers neuroprotective benefits due to its ability to defend the brain against oxidative stress and inflammation, leading to potentially less risk for cognitive conditions like Alzheimer's disease and dementia. A 2018 study concluded that findings suggest a possible new protective role for dietary flavonoids in Alzheimer's disease. The study found the administration of quercetin in early to middle stage of Alzheimer's disease pathology ameliorates the cognitive dysfunction, and it boosts the protection mainly related to increased amyloid beta clearance and reduced astrogliosis, which is related to destruction of neurons. All types of red, green and purple pigmented plants compact with quercetin. For example, red wine, blueberries, apples, red onion and even green tea are some of the best sources. Quercetin is actually believed to be the most abundant flavonoid in the human diet, but the amount found in plant foods can vary a lot depending on where they're grown, how fresh they are, and how they're prepared. Some of the most common types of dietary supplements include quercetin 3, quercetin 3 glycoside, quercetin aglycone, isoquercetin, quercetin 7 rutinoside, and quercetin 3,0 raminoside. Some quercetin supplements are also labelled as quercetin dehydrate, which is mostly insoluble in water and may not be absorbed as well as the other kinds. There isn't a daily recommended amount of quercetin intake, so dosage recommendations can vary depending on the health conditions. Estimates show that most people typically get between 5 to 40 milligrams per day from eating common food. However, if you stick to a nutrient-dense diet overall, you're likely to take in much more, as much as 500 milligrams daily, according to some reports. Optimal doses of quercetin have not been established for any specific condition by the FDA or any other governing health authority, so it's up to you and your doctor to decide what amount works best. For people who turn to quercetin supplements, common oral doses are 500 milligrams taken twice per day, but it also is possible to experience benefits from lower doses. Quercetin supplements are available in all types of pills or capsules, and they're commonly used in formulas along with other anti-inflammatory ingredients. For example, quercetin and bromelain, an anti-inflammatory enzyme found in pineapples, may be taken together to help to manage allergies. Because it's derived naturally from foods, quercetin seems to be safe for almost everyone, and it possesses little risk. According to a 2018 report, most studies have found little to no effects in people eating nutrient-dense diets high in quercetin or taking supplements by mouth in the short term. Amounts up to 500 milligrams taken twice a day for 12 weeks appear to be very safe. In very high doses, there's some risks. The side effects can include headaches and tingling of the arms and legs. Very high doses taken intravenously have also been linked to cases of kidney damage, although this seems very rare. For women who are pregnant or breastfeeding, it doesn't seem to have any negative effects, although there hasn't been much research done in the population. Quercetin is a type of flavonoid antioxidant, and it's found in plant foods including leafy greens, tomatoes, berries and broccoli. It's technically considered a plant pigment, which is exactly why it's found in deeply coloured, nutrient-packed fruits and vegetables. Along with other flavonoids, it's been shown to have antiviral, antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory and anti-allergic effects. Using quercetin for allergies is one of the most common reasons that people take the compound. Quercetin supplements and foods can help to reduce inflammation, fight allergies, support heart health, combat pain, potentially improve endurance, fight cancer and protect skin and the liver. Some of the top quercetin foods include apples, peppers, red wine, dark cherries, tomatoes. Potential quercetin side effects can include headaches and tingling in the arms and the legs, although these are rare. Quercetin can increase the absorption of vitamin C, zinc and shikimic acid, so it can have beneficial antiviral boosting effects. For more information about herbs, supplements and natural treatment plans, check out my website.